I say sometimes that entrepreneurs are very good at figuring out that there is a need for something that isn't being done, and there's a product that can help out with that. I think StewHog has done something exactly like that. It's Cory Stewart. You might see his recaps of Arkansas baseball games and all kinds of highlights over the years that he's been putting up throughout the year on his YouTube page. He's known as StewHog, and he joins us for the first time here on Halftime. What do you go? Am I calling you Cory or am I calling you StewHog? Which one do you want?
I'm good either way. It's up to you. I've met a lot of people that knew me as StewHog first, and they've kind of said that, I just can't come to call you Cory. It's got to be StewHog, and that's totally fine with me.
That's fine, too. I mean, we can go with monikers here. We do that on Halftime all the time. So, StewHog, I'm watching 10 minutes of double plays turned by Jalen Battles and Robert Moore, which you would think it's like, well, this is really just for the geeks, but then there's like 10,000 geeks that like to watch this kind of thing. How long has the page been up? And tell us, why did you do this?
Yeah, so I started with the beginning of the 2018 season. So that opening weekend against Bucknell were the first videos I made. And, I'm sure like a lot of Razorback fans, I've been watching War Machine on YouTube for many years, and he's been doing highlights for the football and basketball games. And he never did it for baseball. No one else did it for baseball. And I noticed that being such a big fan of Razorback football and basketball, my memories of a lot of these games that I went to as a kid and as a teenager, my memories were so much stronger of those games and even like being in the stadium, because every 6 months, every year, I was able to go back and watch those highlights on his page. And I realized that even though I was really equally as big of a Razorback baseball fan, since I didn't really have a way to go back and relive those moments, some of them felt like ancient history, even though they weren't that long ago. I mean, I was sitting there in 2018 trying to compare, like, the 2015 Omaha run versus, like, the 2010 and 11 football seasons. And those football seasons just felt like so much more recent in my mind. But that's because I'm able to go back and reinforce those memories. So that's really what I wanted to do. I mean, it's really just for myself, It was the kind of thing where I wanted to make those videos just so I could have them to go back and watch, on my own. But the fact that other people enjoy it and other people want to go back and do the same, I mean, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, there's already over 30,000 people that watch your recap of this of the last Super Regional game. I mean, that was on Sunday, and I think that's a lot of people to go back and watch a recap of a college baseball game. And you can probably see too in the number of views that you get, the growth of the sport of college baseball. But I also wonder if you can tell in the number of views that you get, in the belief that Arkansas fans have in their team. Has that also kind of grown as the season's gone on?
Oh, that's definitely true, and it's not just in the views, but it's in the comment sections. You can always tell how things are going by reading the comments to the videos, because especially like this year and last year, I started posting all games, even the losses. The first few years I was doing the channel, I only did the wins. So, you click on some of those videos where Arkansas lost the game, and it can get ugly in there. But luckily, the last couple weeks of the regular season and then now into the postseason, the vibes are as high as they can be.
What's the most viewed video that you've had from an Arkansas baseball game, or one of the highlight reels?
Yeah, so the most viewed video I have is the 2018 College World Series semifinal against Florida. That win that sent them into the championship series. I think right now it's at about 668,000 views.
Wow. That's a lot of views for college baseball. That's and when you said 2018, for a moment I thought that the most viewed might be Game 2 of the finals, truthfully, because I think there'd be a lot of Oregon State fans that might watch something like that, but I'm glad that that's not the one.
Yeah, definitely, which I didn't even do a video of that game just in the moment. I don't know if I had the heart to, because I was dealing with the loss just with everybody else. And, sitting at my computer putting together the highlights, that would be painful.
So, do you have a background in baseball, in video editing specifically? Or is this something you just kind of picked up on the way?
Yeah, not really. I played like baseball as a kid and stuff, into high school a little bit. But as far as like video editing, the first video I think I've ever edited and put together was the first one that went up on my StewHog channel. I mean, I was using like Windows Movie Maker. It was very low tech at the time. I've made a lot of advancements. I've done a lot of like research and just learning on my own because I do want to get better at it. I want the product to be better. I want the video to be smoother and higher quality. So I've spent a lot of time kind of figuring out how to manage that side of it. But yeah, starting out, I mean, I was a total newbie.
Well, when it comes to video editing, it's not just about the videos. It's also about the analysis of the team and the sport overall. I mean, you see, and I think most of us, when we're thinking of baseball highlights now, I think we're probably thinking of John Boy, who was just, I think, Major League Baseball just put an investment into his company. And so he's, that's somebody who just went from fan to a pretty respected analyst. And you're also doing analysis of the team. It's not just the videos. So you're digging into a lot of the numbers too. And I think the videos as well to try to make some sense of what the numbers mean.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I've always been a big data guy, even like as a kid. That was my favorite thing about sports is I would spend just hours, during the week in between games researching stats and looking at all the numbers and like, oh man, we're leading the country in rushing yards, man. That's awesome. And all that stuff. So being able to like spend time as an adult now and having this platform with the YouTube channel to really dive into certain aspects of Razorback baseball and perform deep analysis and share that with other people. That's honestly been my favorite part of the channel.
I think the word would be granular. Like you're getting on a real granular level of the team when you're watching every pitch as intently as I think you do. It's the same as me. I think it's the same as a lot of fans out there too that live and die with each pitch of this team. So tell me about this team this year. What is it that has stood out about them? And there's a lot. If you were to pick a couple things, I don't want to just have you sit on one.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think it all boils down to the offense. And, that's not groundbreaking analysis, but it's insane how consistent they are across the board with the lineup. I mean, I was looking earlier today even, and I didn't even realize this, but after the Super Regional, Logan Maxwell is now leading the team in batting average. And that's something I've kind of been tracking throughout the year. It was like, Davalon and Vahiva have been battling for that. Kojal was up there a little bit earlier in the season. Cajillo started the year, blazing hot. But now Maxwell, he's up. He's hitting 360. And then even a guy like Ryder Helfrich, he's maybe the hottest hitter in college baseball right now. He's sixth on the team in batting average. I mean, the guys that they can throw at you and the lineup that opposing pitchers have to, try to manage their way through, it's scary for other teams.
So what else do you do with your time? Is this the kind of thing that I'm not sure if running the the StewHog page is enough to live off of. Maybe you make some off of it, but what else do you do?
No, yeah. So I'm a data analyst. That's my day job. So, kind of going back to the whole data side of it, that's what I do professionally. It's definitely more fun, more enjoyable to perform that data analysis on Razorback sports statistics. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing all the time.
But you do have time and a possibility to get to Omaha. It looks like you're planning a trip.
Oh yeah. You're definitely saving up, some vacation time. I was there last time in 22 and I was there for the entirety of their journey there. So that was honestly one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. So I can't wait to get back and hopefully I'm there even longer.
I love one of my favorite things about the Arkansas fan base is specifically that now there are three people who are fans that have a really large influence on how we digest that team. Think of War Machine with football, Hog Stats with men's basketball, and right now, Cory, you with baseball. I mean, that shows a lot of passion for the program that it is you're covering. But you've also pointed out about War Machine's influence, and he feels like the original. And I just kind of wonder if you guys interacted much at all. If you had a chance to talk to him.
Yeah, I actually have. The first year I was doing the channel, I reached out to him and kind of just asked for some advice. Asked about how he was recording his games, and that helped me out a lot. And then I actually had a chance to meet him at a football game a couple years ago. And so we got to talk, and yeah, he's a great guy. He is such an inspiration. I would not be doing what I do right now if he didn't start it out with football and basketball.
So I'm sure there might be, because Arkansas baseball is so popular. I mean, to me, this feels like a major league team in the context of a college baseball league. And I think you could say that about a few other teams within the SEC. Hogs are playing one of them on Saturday. There's room to grow with this page and with the brand that you've created. Heck, I mean, even the other day, StewHog Clay Henry tells us he's out in the mountains, I think it was Colorado, on a trip last week, and he had no cell coverage. And the only way that he had any knowledge of what happened in the regional was by your recaps when they were back at their cabins at night.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of probably my favorite comments I've gotten over the years is occasionally someone will say something like, I'm deployed overseas. I'm in Iraq right now, or I'm living in Sweden for work, and I just have no way of watching Razorback baseball, but I have your YouTube channel, and so thank you for doing that. And so like that's the best feeling I get of, it's not just like the local rowdy Razorback fans, but also the people across the world that, want to stay connected and want to keep up with what's going on.
That's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to hey, we're going to be at DJ's Dugout in Omaha, so come over and see us. We can have another conversation about what we're watching while we're there. Okay, StewHog?
Absolutely. That sounds great.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, and even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything. With updated odds on the MLB, UFC, and boxing to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here.